to my air signs. And yep, these were this is air signs. All right, so air signs, you know who you are. Happy birthday to Gemini season, folks. Okay, again, this is a collective message, so don't take it unless the messages resonate, especially at the beginning. You are thinking that you're in a no strings relationship, or you're trying to be at least. But I hate to tell you, when you're losing sleep over it and there are secret social media accounts so you can check in on each other without knowing that or without the other person knowing that whoever is checking in, that's not no strings. So, ain't no such thing as no strings, okay? I do not care. I have met so many people in all types of situations, poly included. The strings are always there. Being human means there are strings. That's just how we are. And some of these strings might be that red thread. So you gotta be really careful when you think you're... I mean, you can tell me that you're smarter than me here, but Spirit's oracle cards for you are clearly indicating that you're not able to prevent your emotional realm from interfering with the rest of it in a situationship, or if you want to call it a relationship. So, not a no strings relationship, but perhaps that was the intention that you had. All right, so if that resonated, I wasn't trying to lecture you. I was just trying to be very clear. That's my Aries Mercury being awkwardly direct sometimes, perhaps even slightly intrusive at other times. All right, so Spirit, how are my air signs? If that resonated with them, Gemini, Libra, Aquarius, how are you feeling about this person? Okay, well, you're trying to remove yourself from the situation, but you haven't quite, accomplished it. That wasn't your throat chakra. That's just my allergies. Death, yeah. So 4 of Swords and Death. Okay, there's an attempt at going in your separate corners and starting, like, ending things as they were. But as we've discussed, it hasn't quite gone your way yet. So clarify, Spirit. Okay, thank you. Page of Wands. 5 of Wands. Yeah, you've 10 of Swords. Painful. Guys, painful ending. 10 of Swords. That's why you can't sleep. You grew feelings, all right? And there's no harm in that. This was all a lesson for you, and you want to continue being with this person. That's why, there's so much, I can feel your inner conflict, and I see it in the cards too. The 5 of Wands is talking about mostly external conflict. So maybe you're out there dating other people, or your person is dating other people, or you're both dating other people, and you're trying to forget your person, right? But you are very conflicted about this. And it's, I kind of know, I can hear what advice your spiritual teams are going to give you. But right now, this is a very heavy energy to be in, especially with the 10 of Swords at the back of the deck. Whatever happened has hurt you deeply, and you can't do the thing where you want to get under someone to get over someone. That's, as your spirit teams are already telling me, that if that's the tactic, it's not going to work. Sorry, I hate delivering things like this, Spirit. It's not going to work this time. You guys can tell me in the comments if I'm too brutal, because I'm working on it. I'm working on my delivery. I would like to be very poetic and graceful about it. As a writer, I try to be, but as a reader, sometimes I feel like the messages, so I allow for the channeling to occur without my conscientious interference. I feel like sometimes they're brutal. But you tell me. Tell me what you think. All right. So, Spirit, I see how my air signs are feeling. How about the person on their mind? How are they feeling about them? Yeah, their guards are way up right now. They are also kind of two minds, but in a different way. They are like, listen, they're actively stopping themselves from moving towards you. The Seven of Wands blocking the Eight of Wands, and the back of the deck is the Six of Cups. They are thinking good thoughts. They're remembering the beautiful times. They might be even, I'm just looking at photos of you, but were they to encounter you at this time, it would be a version of them that you're not used to. It would be a version of them with their walls up, like their swords are out. I mean, they're down. They're pointed down, so they're not going to come for you. I'm talking figuratively, but the swords are there. So one false move in either direction, I don't know what false move is, wrong move. And yeah, I get the sense that this person is not quite open to your point of view, basically. So, okay, that was a little intense. All right. Intense, guys. Whew. What is your advice for my air signs who are resonating with this? So cute. Okay. Wow, wait, one more card, please, Spirit. Since we have 5, let's go for 6. Okay. Hangman. Okay. Ooh. You could, very interesting. You could be dealing with an Aries here. Yeah, there's literally 3 Aries cards out here right now, so very interesting. Doesn't have to be. Now, after a period of reflection, I know everyone loves that word, the Hanged Man, there will be a renewal, Ace of Cups. And here's the thing, I do feel like it's with this person in a brand new way, the Fool, okay? The feelings are very real. The Six of Cups has come out for both of you, which leads me to wonder and believe that this is a soul type of connection. I'm very reticent to say soulmate, but there's a soul lesson that still remains to be learned, is how Spirit is phrasing it. The attraction piece is absolutely there. Your passions will lead you into a new beginning, King of Wands. But after that, pausing and reflective period, the Hanged Man. As we showed earlier in the reading, you are currently struggling to be in that Four of Swords healing kind of modality. So until you're able to cool down and allow yourself to absorb the lessons that were meant to be learned from the first whatever number of attempts or whatever ways in which you were together with this person, until you're there, until you're at that stage, you're not going to move forwards with this person, or with love is with another person, is what I'm sorry to say. Like, the Nine of Cups is you. Not only, I don't want to say stuff like, and I think I said this in another reading today, Nine of Cups, a lot of readers call it like, oh, they are your wish fulfillment. No. Nine of Cups, it's not necessarily about they are your wish fulfillment. It is about you feeling emotionally completely satisfied by your life, however it exists, with or without a second person. The nines are about having that independent freedom spirit that is fully fulfilled already, okay? The eighths are one step before that, and the tens are when you are potentially with a partner. Okay, so the nines are, yeah, I'm thinking of the Hermit. The nines are when you are happy with yourself and happy with what you've created in your own lives. Now, the Emperor, the King of Wands, the Fool, those are all Aries cards. That's why I pointed that out. So if indeed this is an Aries, again, doesn't have to be, it could be any fire sign, really. You guys absolutely have a lot of passion and emotion for one another, and both of you are feeling nostalgic because the Six of Cups came out on both ends. But the person on your mind also needs time to heal and really reflect on their own lessons from whatever ensued, but also from other things. So at this time, work on yourselves. Work on feeling like the emperor that you are deep down inside. So someone who is sovereign, who feels really, really good about what they've built, what they've created for themselves and for their community. And allow your passions to kind of guide you in a different type of direction. Not necessarily towards, I want to say sex, guys. I don't know where that's coming from, but not necessarily towards sex, but towards something creative that drives you from the inside out into like a greater goal, like a legacy type of goal. What is a creative pursuit that maybe you have been holding back on? So when you're like fully in that like mode where you're just like, I always think of artists or musicians when I'm talking about the King of Wands, because they're so just guided by the inner knowing that there's something greater that is their purpose for being alive, that they don't care what other people think about them or how they feel about them. They're just out there doing what they do, and they know that people are going to be attracted to them because the right people will be attracted to them, because it just can't be helped. When you put your soul and your heart into something, people are automatically drawn to that. You're automatically actually serving the public, a greater community, a community that doesn't have that same voice yet. Okay, wow.